Good evening and welcome to this very special evening, a night to celebrate Special Olympics West Bend recreation athletes. On August 7th, the West Bend Special Olympics Sluggers softball team was playing their second game at the state tournament, and it started lightning. Chaos began. Everybody ran to their cars. The tournament was over. So hence we could not get our medals. So all the games were canceled. We all came home. No awards ceremony. So hence, that's the reason that we're here tonight. But before we hand out our awards, I would like to thank Judy Steffes. She's the Washington County Insider. She has done many articles and promos for us in our Special Olympics team. Also John Elke, who runs the West Bend Community Cable. John has done many photo shoots for us and has put many of the activities on cable TV for us, as well as tonight is being aired on community cable. So thank you very much for that. We want to thank them for all the support that they've given us throughout the various years. They're great advocates for Special Olympics, and we appreciate all the support that we get from them. We also want to thank the West Bend Recreation Department for being our home base for the past 48 years. With all their support and assistance, we want to also thank the West Bend Police Department and the Washington County Sheriff's Department for their continued support with partnership of the Law Enforcement Torch Run. And a big thank you to the Stockhausen family for their generous donation of uniforms during this past year. The uniforms they purchased were for every sport that we are involved in. So that was quite the donation from the Stockhausen family. And recently we received a monetary donation from Mike Hartwell, who works for the Realty Company, and when he sells houses, he picks different partnerships to donate to with the person who sold their house. The Ribbles sold their house. Their son used to be in Special Olympics, and we were the recipient of those funds. So thank you to them also. It is through the community support and donations such as that the Special Olympics program can continue. We do not have any fundraisers at this time. We do not get any money from city, from state, anywhere. We are totally reliant on funds that are donated to us. For those of you who don't know, everybody in this room does, but there's people watching, hopefully, that don't know what Special Olympics is really about. The mission of Special Olympics is to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, giving them continuing opportunities to develop fitness, physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in sharing of gifts, skills, and friendship with their families, other Special Olympic athletes, and the community. There's been 5 decades of empowerment. In 2018, it was the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics. This is the year that it's 50 years for Wisconsin Special Olympics. The mission remains as vital today as it did when the movement was founded in 1968. Special Olympics strives to create a better world by fostering acceptance and inclusion of all people. Through the power of sports, people with intellectual disabilities discover new strengths and abilities, skills, and success. Our athletes find joy, confidence, and fulfillment on the playing field and in life. They also inspire people in their communities and elsewhere to open their hearts to a wider world of human talents and potential. Somebody always says to me, well, how did you get involved? Well, my mother was a special ed teacher. But when I saw this in 1968, we actually went down to look at it in Chicago, and I said, boy, I hope that catches on. That's a cool idea. And here I'm standing 48 years later saying, wow, it caught on and it's wonderful. You guys agree? Yeah. So Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Henry Thurman. Henry has been a World Games coach, a National Games coach, and he's here to represent Mark Wolfgram tonight. Mark is from the state office and couldn't be with us because of other duties, and has sent a message along for Henry to share. So please welcome Henry Thurman.
So greetings again and good evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here for this special occasion tonight. So the Mark Wolfgram that Mary spoke of is a good friend of both of us, and so these are his words. Since I cannot make it tonight, please share that Agency 833 and Mary have been a part of Special Olympics since 1973, which is 48 years. 48 years is a lot. West Bend has also been a pillar to the program in how they run their Special Olympics program and their interaction and involvement with their community. Mary has been a mentor to many, including me, and those are the words of Mark Wolfgram. And then I would like to add too, she has also been a mentor to me, and I echo many of the words that Mark spoke. So I've had the honor and opportunity to spend a little time with the athletes of West Bend, and by working with them, I see Mary. I see their courage, I see their commitment, I see that Mary has fostered the ideals of integrity, commitment, and the fidelity of what Special Olympics is about. And I also am aware that Mary expects no less from these athletes than she would of herself. So West Bend has had 24 athletes who have gone on to participate in national and world games. So dreams do come true. And this time I'd like to invite the athletes to stand up. And would you kindly recite the Special Olympics oath?
Let me win.
Let me win.
Let me win.
Let me have the courage.
I have a courage.
I think COVID. Okay, let me win,
Let me
win.
but if I
Cannot win.
let me
be brave in the attempt.
So the oath that you just heard was the oath that was chosen by Eunice Kennedy Shriver back in 1968 for the first gathering of Special Olympics, which was held in Chicago, Illinois. And this was the oath that was used by the by the gladiators from ancient times as they would enter into the Colosseum. So at this time, I would like to welcome Judy Steffes, Washington County Insider. Judy is an athlete whose love of biking has led her to accomplish extraordinary goals and has taught her how to challenge herself for the love of her sport. Judy.
Say congratulations, everybody. I think you guys deserve a lot of applause for your accomplishments, both the bocce team and the softball team. I came to one of the practices and they were phenomenal. And the reason I say that is, I know Mary called me up here to be inspiring about all my athletics and what I've done, but I think it's more so the medium that came about, and it was a bicycle, but it was through the example set by my father. He's the one that got me into biking, and what I see with this team is all the parent support. So I had great support through both of my parents in my schooling, in my athletics, and then into my professional life. And I see everything that the parents are doing here for their athletes. And I think that support is the big inspiration that people can take out of this. What did I see in the team? Things that were so respectful. When everybody was arriving and sitting down, they were high-fiving each other, the bocce team and the softball team. When I went to shoot a video, a promo about how they were going on to the state tournament, you saw the camaraderie, how they treated each other with respect. Just they were having fun, and you could see it, and I think that carried through to the state tournament as well. I don't want to be too long here. I do want to give a big shout out to Mary Fiegel. She has made just a huge commitment of time to this team and to the teams for the past 48 years. And that really says a lot. One, for the community of West Bend, for her dedication, for the Park and Rec Department, and then Mary for a person herself, because she called me up and said, I have another team, we're going to state, can you come and do an article on them? And we sure can, because we really want to give all the coverage we can to this great organization, and to the athletes that have won gold medals. I've never won a gold medal, so you guys have it over me. So, congratulations.
Thank you, Judy, for sharing that. I just want to tell you, I was surprised when Judy was coming home from her last bike trip. I looked out in my office window in Germantown, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's Judy Steffes. Oh, and she's on her bike, and she's got all her stuff with her. She hasn't been home yet. And I let out a scream, and the seniors that were at the center went, what's wrong? And I said, well, Judy stopped here and she's got all her stuff on her bike. I don't know how many of you followed her on that trip, but there was one day that was a 100-mile challenge. And I said to Judy, I want you to share that. And she goes, no. But I have to tell you, it's kind of the way I look at Special Olympics. Every time you guys come to practice, it's not that you really want to be there. I know that. Okay? And there are nights that I'm not going to give it my all tonight because I ate a little bit too much for dinner or whatever. But again, through the parents' support, family support, some caregiver support, you always come to practice, and by the end of practice, you all seem to have a good time. Unless you didn't do something and you had to run too many bases, right? Yeah. See, bocce's lucky they don't have to run bases. Yeah. But it's a matter of putting forth everything that you have. It's using the talents you possess. And that's what counts. And I'm a stickler on teamwork and team sportsmanship. And you know what happens if somebody can't deal with those types of things, right? Because that's number one in my book. And we always get complimented on our sportsmanship. So thank you to the athletes and thank you to the parents for doing that. So, I suppose you guys would like an award, huh? They forgot to send them to me. I'm kidding. First of all, I'd like to call up part of the bocce team. They all couldn't be here tonight. Kristen, Mary, Melissa, Krista, come on up. They were lucky. They finished, here ladies, right here. They finished their competition in time to get their awards, and they were undefeated until they went to state. So once they got to state, they ended up with the 4th place ribbon in their division, and they worked hard for that. So congratulations, ladies. So to introduce you, this is Mary Grover, Kristen Nemuth, Melissa Lepak, and Krista Christman. And Julie Schimmel could not be here with us tonight, so we remember her as part of the team too. So congratulations, ladies. Oh wait, you can't leave. Congratulations. 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 Great job. Congratulations. Great job. Thank you very much, ladies.
Ready, fellas?
And gal.
So are you.
Okay, and we're doing this in alphabetical order, so Mike Argio,
How'd you do in the tournament? Good. There you go. Congratulations.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Nick Biersack,
One of the best. Second grade.
How'd you do in the tournament? What'd you do?
what position were you?
Second base. Awesome. You're pretty tall for second.
Joey Dernitz,
Big gold medal for you. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Tom Dillman,
You were telling me about it.
Job, Nick.
uh-huh.
All right, there you go. Congratulations.
Rachel couldn't be with us tonight. We'll make sure she gets her medal. Rachel Fenner. Timothy Grahowski.
There you go. Nice gold medal for you. Congratulations.
This was your first year, right, Tim? How was it?
Job, Jim.
Bryce Limbach was not able to be here tonight, but his mother's coming up to get his medal.
Yay, congratulations.
He's working, that's why he couldn't be here.
Yeah, I already did that.
Santo Mortellaro,
How'd that go? Yeah, I bet it went well. Good for you. Well, congratulations.
So Santos, he's the first baseman.
Santo's the first baseman, so. Ryan Hiddle,
You did phenomenal in those games, right? All right, congratulations.
Ryan was our power hitter this year. Abby Spence,
Wasn't this your fun? All right, well, congratulations. All right.
this is my girl power on the team. And she's got it, let me tell you. Oh, and we leave the pitcher till last. That's because he's a W. Ben Warner.
Congratulations, you're an awesome pitcher.
Oh, I think so, yeah. Okay, team, stay up here for a minute. Okay. Ryan, could you come up here a minute? The team did a little thank you for their coaches, and Coach Santo couldn't be here tonight because he had to work, so his wife MJ is coming to pick up his award. Coach Jeff Warner. And Coach Sharon.
Oh, Ben, you're funny.
So it's not just the athletes practicing, all the coaches are always at practice too. So we appreciate this. All coaches, everybody in the program is volunteer, nobody gets paid. So any donations that come through to Special Olympics, all the money goes toward the athletes. There's nothing that it gets used for here at the rec department, for office or anything like that. I'd like to introduce you to the bocce coach and the two gals who helped out in a pinch big time. Joan Kienbaum was the bocce coach. She got her thank you that day, again, because it was, they didn't get the lightning like we did. And then I'd like to call up Judy and Monica Lepak and Judy Grover. No, come on. These two, plus the Warners, really took hold in taking care of the team. Most people know I had a little medical issue at the beginning of the season. If it weren't for all of them, it probably wasn't going to happen this year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, softball. Have a seat. Mary, I need you up here. So I have kind of a really exciting bit of news here. These two athletes have been nominated. They haven't been chosen yet. First they have to be nominated, and they go to an assessment camp. And from the assessment camp, that's where they may be chosen to be representatives of Team Wisconsin for the National Games in 2022. So Santo with softball and Mary with bocce, and it's a long haul to get there, so we want to wish them our good luck to you, and we hope you do well at the camps and that you get chosen to go on to represent Team Wisconsin. Thank you.
Nice job, Santo. Good luck.
It was a great season of bocce and softball. After the pandemic, you know how that all was, and a lot of parents were calling me, when can we start something, when can we start something? And it was a matter of listening to the state, listening to the area regions. They have to follow all the COVID protocol. So it was out of my hands, and when they finally said, yay, we're going to be able to do softball and bocce, it was like a jump in the air with a hallelujah, thank goodness. Our next sports that are coming up are bowling and volleyball. We're on hold right now because of the COVID numbers being up. So hopefully those will go down so that we can start that soon. They were supposed to start last week and this week, but we're on hold for that at this time. If anybody out there listening, I think the coaches can tell you what an experience it is to volunteer. When I started this 48 years ago, I thought I'd probably do this for 5 years and that would be it. It gets in your blood and it gets in your heart, and you guys are the best people to work with and so much fun, and you are what make Special Olympics what it is. So with that saying, we are always looking for volunteers, we're always looking for different coaches, different things. We're always accepting donations, because without donations we cannot go on. So if anybody needs to contact us in regard to any of those, you call the West Bend Park Recreation Forestry Department, 335-5080, area code 262. It helps because I work there, 262-335-5080. So with that, and I want to thank Judy and Henry for being with us tonight, and all the parents and athletes, congratulations again. Please stand up. Great job, everybody. Have a great evening, everyone.